Hey, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And today we're going to run about female standards, expectations being through the roof. Hypergamy is on steroids right now. Um, and I think social media has elevated that. I think social media has boosted egos. I think social media has giving people a false sense of reality, having a window to look into people's lives, looking at their highlights as if they're living their highlights every single moment, every single second of their life, not broadcasting or showcasing their low lights, because why would you show your low lights? Not showing your losses, but only showing your wins. Um, not showing you being sad, but only showing you having materialistic things, going on trips, living some type of luxurious, lavish lifestyle. And what happens is you get to compare. You get to compare your nice apartment at 19 years old to somebody's mansion at 23-year old because they are a big time streamer. And that's another thing. Like all these avenues and lanes to get money now. Like a lot of ways to get money digitally, a lot of ways for people to create content by way of streaming, by way of YouTubing, by way of selling online courses. A lot of people are becoming entrepreneurs. A lot of people are in a rat race to have some type of financial freedom or entrepreneurial goals and mindsets. Nothing wrong with that. But what happens is it's almost kind of make the middle class person seem like a peasant. Oh, you got a job? Oh, we entrepreneurs over here. I can't say you have that mindset. Oh, you a surgeon? Oh, that's all you want to do? You don't want to open up your own business? You want to work for someone else? Mind you, this surgeon making well over well over 100,000 a year. But everybody got a entrepreneurial hustle culture mindset, and hypergamy when it comes to monkey branching with women is through the roof. Women expect to meet you on the first date and they want you to get their hair done. They want you to get their nails done. They want you to buy their outfit. They want you to take them to a nice ass restaurant so they could get the aesthetics of the restaurant and putting your best foot forward on their story. Oh, coffee dates. Oh, that's too cheap and low effort. If you like me, you would respect my time of me putting 2 to 3 hours of getting prepared for you to meet you on the first date. Mind you, a lot of women that require this, and that, they don't really like you in the first place. So it's almost like oh well, if you do it, cool. If you don't do it, then I wouldn't all that to you anyway. A dude that they like, they're not gonna have all those requirements. So just keep that in mind. Um, but at the end of the day, a lot of women are getting different offers. Your average woman probably wake up to tons of DMs, to tons of missed calls and messages, missed FaceTime calls, and just go through all of them, you know, and it could get overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes it could be like, man, I can't even keep up with texting all these people. That's why the flaking has gone through the roof. A lot of women flake on a lot of men. A lot of women to make plans with a man, but don't necessarily want to go through with them. Just made it just because they're bored. Just made it just because maybe just in case. And sometimes they'll probably would go on that date with you, but if you offer to take her to a coffee shop, The next man is offered to take her to a steakhouse. Where's she gonna go? The coffee shop or the steakhouse? She gonna go to the steakhouse. Now let's just say she have plans to go to the steakhouse at 8. What you think she gonna do if another dude want to take her to a yacht party? She gonna cancel that steakhouse and go to the yacht party. So not only you got stood up and flaked on for the coffee date, the steak man who replaced you, he's getting flaked on by the dude with the yacht. Now, the dude with the yacht, I don't know too many people who just going to turn down the yacht unless a dude trying to fly her out that day. Mind you, these girls are 17, 18, 19, messing with a scammer. Like, that's the new thing that came into play. Like, scammers wasn't really a thing of the past when I was coming up. You just only had to worry about your drug dealers, you know, dudes getting money like that. But other than that, when it comes to scamming, you got to worry about these dudes now. You got to worry about streamers too, content creators. Even if somebody not making all that money, just the status that they got, the popularity that they got. A woman want that motion. She want to be attached to that motion. A woman want to be attached to something. It's just crazy, man. I don't see it getting no better. I don't see it getting no better. And it's just gonna keep on advancing. All the women that's getting all these treatments right now, living a fast life. Once they get older, out there priming out their peak, they better hope they snag somebody to settle down with to fund their lifestyle. You know, because if you 18 right now dealing with a scammer, you done already got your standards and your expectations of what you want now. You know, it's almost like when you first start eating out some good food and you stop messing with fast food as a kid. You don't want to go back to just no fast food. You want to eat good all the time now. You didn't introduce me to salmon and filet mignon. You didn't introduce me to fine dining cuisines. I can't go to be eating sardines no more. I can't go to bed eating hamburger helper no more. Meatloaf. Nah. Once I didn't taste that medium rare steak, that's my appetite now. And that's how these women are. From the time that they 18, messing with a scammer, getting their hair done, cash apping them. A lot of simps are messing up the game, cash apping them just to get their number, cash apping them just to get their attention, having an unblocked fee. Like, all that stuff is messing up the game. Soon as you meet them, oh, I'm hungry. You think you can buy me some lunch? Yeah, sure. I'll buy you some lunch. Even though I met you yesterday, send $10, $15 for lunch. $10, $15. They look at you like you crazy. This ain't enough. I need $40 minimum to eat, especially if I'm Ubering. Like, everything is so transactional. Everything is big fish eat little fish. Like, if you can't keep up with these dudes, then you out the running. You're just gonna be invisible. You know. And it's just the battle of the simps, and it's the battle of the dudes who just got the motion. They got it like that, but you know, they ain't really just about the simp. So the females are running to them. Meanwhile, the simps, they getting in where they fit in. Now, don't get me wrong. Some simps, they try to get in where they fit in, but they still can't really fit in nowhere just because they just maybe that lame or that weird or whatever the case may be. But the game is rigged. The game ain't the same, man. The game is not the same. And you just gotta think about, like, I got a 14-year-old son. This gonna be all he know. Compared to when I was coming up, all you needed was a piece of paper, your pen, write your number down when you go into the mall, write your number down when you going out in the streets to like a little DJ, second line or some type of function that was going on, or any like big event that you was about to go to, sure, you call 2 days later, then you set up a little date, go to the movies or whatever. You ain't really had no competition like that, but now you're competition all across the world because they got dating apps. You just ain't competing with Rodney and Sam from around the way, all y'all like Brittany, and Brittany just got to choose between you, Rodney, and Sam. She got to choose between your little clique, and she got to choose between the dudes you're associated with just from around the way. Now, you competing with a dude named Mike that's scamming all the way in LA, and you live in Houston. He trying to fly her out. The game is rigged, though, and you just got to think about all the girls who then got flown out within these past years. Like a lot of people flying nowadays, and it's kind of normal, and it's kind of just normalized. But back in the day, like in the 90s, early 2000s, you had to have money to fly. Like a lot of people weren't flying like they flying now. A lot of people ain't have passports like they have now. A lot of people weren't taking cabin trips all in Denver. Like if you was a somebody, Now, shit, your average 18-year-old could be on a plane any day just off the right DM. Your average 19-year-old could literally be in her favorite rapper hotel just strictly off a DM. Now, every girl that's fine that got at least $20,000, 20K followers on Instagram, then has some type of celebrity or some entourage of a celebrity either DM them or like their picture or something like that. So what I'm saying is the access to these men is way more common than what it used to be. Back then, the access to these men will be, they going to a show, they have to see them in person. They're going to a show, they got backstage, they did what they did. They going to a show, they made it on a tour bus, they did what they did. They going to a show at the club, somehow, some way they got backstage, they got in cahoots with the entourage. Now they meeting back at the hotel. Like that was the only way. That was the only way. All just girls that's in the industry and could meet these people and be setting up dates with these people and getting their friends involved, like knowing somebody, like, but now the access is way less scarce than what it used to be. Like if you got an old lady and she fine, you literally got to worry about, damn, boy. it literally could be a day where Drake could be in your girl DM. Like it literally can happen. And hypergamy is by way of a girl's nature. She gonna want the top man because she want the security and she want the provision and she want the she want the bag. She want the man with the bag. She want the man with the motion. She want the man with the status. That's what she want. The higher status man she could snag, the better off for her. She want to get the resources. But and for the young man who just got to deal with this and this just all they know and it's just their way of life, they just either got to get in what they fit in and play the game like how it go, or they just chill and whoever mess with them. Now I'm a strong believer in, I do think it's an epidemic of a lot of men out here being lonely. I do think it's a lot of men who have problems with talking to women, and just because my life experience ain't the same as other people's life experience, I might have my fair share of women. I don't have problem in that departure. But I still feel like it's a nice bit of fair share of young men that's in high school or in college, who doing anything with women in their social circles or women that they around, by way of going to school, by way of uh work, by way of just around the way in the neighborhood. Like I still think, you ain't gotta just be the most swagged up dude, the best looking dude, the most dude with the most respect in neighborhood. If you a decent dude, you're gonna pretty much be pretty mid and decent when it comes to females. Unless you just got a real good mouthpiece and you real, have some type of charisma about you. But you're gonna have to step it up if you want to mess with these certain caliber of women. Like if you want to mess with the Jadas and the Aries and all that after they get popping, I ain't talking about before they get popping, because any dude could get lucky and mess with these women before they get popping. But after they get popping, like the quote unquote bad bitch, that's pretty much gonna be your only way. You gotta remember, all they gotta do is exist to get on the yacht. You gotta buy the yacht. All you gotta be the yacht owner's entourage. And just so happen be in the right space, right time, or that's your homeboy that you just so happen grew up with and he blew up. But she on the yacht is eye candy. She just got invited because she was fine. She just got invited just because she was with her friend that was fine. And she just so happened to be fine enough. It's crazy, man. No different than the sections. No different than the sections in the clubs. All these section wars, a lot of men, they competing with a lot of men. They flexing to outshine the next man. And the byproduct is going to be women. It's almost like the new nature's environment for the dating pool. You know how they got the Discovery Channel and they show the animals competing for the women's mating interests. Like certain penguins will do this and do that, and they have like dances and rituals and all that. I was shit in the clubs now. I was shit in the sections now, and they got like a hierarchy. The dudes at the bar, the dudes that's just chilling no section, walking around, and the dudes in the sections. And the dudes that's in the sections standing on top of the couch with the bottles, throwing the money, pouring out the drinks. They trying to shit on the next man to belittle him. And the byproduct of that is a female gonna see certain females gonna be attracted to that and gonna fly. Certain females you'll turn off because certain females they ain't gonna even want their man doing all that. Like a lot of women, they gonna want money, but some certain women they ain't not gonna want their man to put themselves out there like that, doing too much, if you will. But yeah, man, just imagine you being 16, you talking to another 16-year-old, and she really out here. She's 16, but she all on TikTok making dance things, and she got X amount of followers on TikTok. She got X amount of followers on Instagram. She probably got like 12,000 followers on Instagram. She probably thinks she a celebrity. So you can only imagine how inflated her ego is. But in the 90s, you ain't really have to worry about that. The only thing you really had to worry about in the 90s was her messing with maybe the popular dude in high school or messing with a dude out of high school, and he come and pick her up in a Thunderbird. He come and pick her up in a Pontiac, a Camaro. He 23 years old. She 18. He been out of school. Now that was a thing. But now, like I say, it's on steroids. Because at least those females back then ain't had no social media. So their head was only as big as they was in that high school and in that area. Now their head is too big. Main character syndrome is out of control. But what y'all think, man? How y'all feel? Y'all feel like nothing's changed? It's just we got internet now. But other than that, females always been like that. All females just is different. It's a different era, and the times people just got to catch up with it. Let me know how y'all feeling. If y'all got anything y'all want me to react to, send it at nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. Y'all got anything that you want me to speak on, send it by way of email, nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. Go ahead on the like, go ahead on subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.